Anthony Scaramucci made what some are describing as bombshell claims that Melania Trump wants Kamala Harris to win and that she hates Donald Trump. I am going to argue, I don't think these are really the bombshell claims that some headlines are making them out to be. It's pretty obvious that Melania Trump has not wanted anything to do with this entire political Donald Trump. She wishes he had never run for president. They don't speak. They've reportedly renegotiated a prenup that includes her staying with him through the campaign, even though she's never anywhere on the campaign trail. So anyway, here's Anthony Scaramucci telling our friend Ben Meiselas, the only person who might want Trump to lose more than he wants Trump to lose is Melania herself.
You're saying you're saying no one wants her to win more than you.
Nobody wants her to win more than me. Maybe Melania Trump. That could be the only person I think of, because she hates him. Like I judge the hatred of Donald Trump by the Melania standard. Like Ben hates Trump, but slightly less than Melania. My wife hates Trump as much as Melania. I've met one person that actually hates Trump more than Melania. That's General Milley. He's the only guy I've met so far that actually hates him more than Melania. You know what I mean? I always judge the hatred of Trump by the Melania standard.
Well, Trump called for the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley, to be killed.
Yes,
he called for him to be executed.
He's the despicable guy for doing that. And it's also caused a threat to General Milley and his family. And the fact that we're even talking about an enemies list in a country like ours, which is the longest standing Republican representative democracy, 250 years, it's just a disgusting thing that we're actually having.
All right. So the claim here is Melania hates Trump. She wants Kamala Harris to win. Seems kind of obvious, to be honest. I don't know whether Anthony Scaramucci has any special insight into this or knowledge, but what he's saying is extraordinarily plausible. And the entire Donald Trump political foray into politics has been terrible for Melania Trump. This hardly seems like a bombshell in a sense, because it's hard to think of anything that has wreaked more havoc into the relationship of Trump and Melania, but also just into Melania Trump's life, who seems to want nothing to do. It was supposedly a big deal when she did something to the rose garden, like got rid of the roses or something, made it look absolutely terrible. And that's like all she really wanted to do. A grammatical error about be best having to be massaged into a supposed initiative that Melania Trump was getting involved in. So I think Anthony Scaramucci's instinct is completely and totally correct. If you ask me, is Melania Trump secretly voting for Kamala Harris? I have no idea. But it seems abundantly clear that she not only hates Donald Trump, but wants him to lose, partially because there is reporting that their relationship continuing as this farcical facade that is all that's left is about not calling attention to the failed relationship. It's funny. If the evangelicals still went for Trump, despite the cheating, the divorces, the multiple marriages, the children with different women, the hush money payoffs to porn stars. If they ultimately went with Trump, I think they'd go with Trump even if he was officially single. Trump's essentially a single guy, but if he were officially single, this totally ridiculous notion that the evangelicals really need a family man and blah, 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 the whole thing. They abandoned every single principle other than he has nominally a wife and still voted for the guy. I don't really think it would make a difference, but from the reporting, it seems clear that Trump and the people around him do believe it would make a difference and that it's better for him politically if he is still at least ostensibly married to Melania Trump. So I think Melania also wants him to lose so that she can finally get the hell out of there. Interesting from Anthony Scaramucci, not necessarily the bombshell that some are making it out to be. Let's take a very quick break. Make sure you've pre-ordered my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine, which you can find at davidpakman.com/echo or anywhere books, ebooks, or audiobooks are sold. I'll have an update on the order numbers tomorrow, probably. Very quick break and right back after this. Being this close to the presidential election, noise from the right on things like who Tim Walz really is and how Kamala Harris handled immigration as the supposed borders are is only going to intensify, and that's why I've been using Ground News as a solution. Our longtime sponsor, Ground News, gathers related news and adds important context that might influence how each outlet frames the facts. My Vantage plan even gives me access to their election-focused blind spot feed, diverse perspectives on the most pressing issues and the latest stories on each candidate, so you can determine the truth on who they really are, not just hearing the loudest and most biased opinions. For each story you read on their platform, you'll find every article Ground News found reporting on it, as well as tags next to the source indicating if they're independently owned or not, how credible their reporting is, if they have any political bias, making it really easy to critically analyze different perspectives and come to your own conclusion. Ground News is independent and subscriber supported, but my viewers will save 40% on the same Vantage plan that I use. For unlimited access to all of their features, go to ground.news/Pacman or scan my QR code to subscribe.